Join us on a journey beyond reason, where we have chats and discussions about the in-between and far beyond. Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Beyond Reason. And I am Clare Rowley and
I'm Marguerite DeSelms.
And today my focus is going to be on helping you connect with those you've lost. I've had a lot of people recently asking, how come I'm not getting any signs from my loved one who passed away? And there's reasons why that can happen, and it has nothing to do with them not reaching out to you, but your ability to receive them. But we always start with the card of the day, and we're going to use the same kind of intention for the card today.
So the intention we can start with the intention being a message for our viewers, and so they can feel that personal touch. And then we can move on after that's done. Then we can move on to possibly, I can do card readings for those on the other side too. They can speak through the card. So we can do that too if you want.
And this isn't about being sad. This is about being joyful and finding out that you are connected. So which deck are you going to use my deck, my brand new deck?
We're going to use all of them. So we'll start with the Minchiate Tarot, since that's what we normally do. So for those of you who are viewing us right now, we've got the King of Cups. So our viewers, they're heart-centered. So this is the male energy, very heart-centered, very emotionally connected and available. And I can't stop here at this card because I have to pull a clarity card on that. So we'll use your deck, the regular weight tarot, and that clarity card. Oh, look at that. That's nice. So this strength card here is a powerful card. The number is an 8, which is the number of strength. And notice the woman is holding the lion's mouth, I think, open. And that's pretty powerful.
What does that signify?
Strength. This is strength.
The person is strong enough to open the mouth of a lion.
A woman. Look at it's a woman, right? Who tends to be the weaker, not as many muscles as a male. And then this here is the King of Cups. And this is a mature man who's emotionally available. So it shows that those of you who are women who see yourself in your masculine energy can have to do with this card as well. But this is also a female card. So we have a balanced feminine and masculine energy here, and it's strength, it's emotionally connected, it's the heart chakra. So there's a very strong, those of you who are viewing now, it shows that you are already connected, you are in your heart space, and you're very strong spiritually, and you can trust your guidance system.
And that's the infinity symbol above her head, right?
Yeah, infinity, and it's also a sideways 8. So, so anything that has to do with spiritually connected, maybe you're a counselor, you're an advisor, you're a consultant, and you're very good and you're tapped in and tuned in. And so whatever you're doing to be in that space, keep it going, because you are connected. Maybe you're doubting yourself or something, but you are connected and tuned in, and you are feeling in your heart space connected to the people in your life. So you can trust that. And that's what this is saying. And I'm going to pull a playing card also to be the period at the end of that sentence. Look at that. Oh, wow. This is the Queen of Hearts. And
that's got to be good.
Look, it's a cup. Hearts is cups. And so it's also, this is the pair. This is the couple. So they're both cups are hearts and hearts are cups. So this is the couple. So maybe you viewers out there are feeling connected to that special person that you're connected to, and it's saying go for it. Just go for it. Follow your heart. Follow your heart guidance. and your intuitive guidance as well. So very nice. And it's strong. See, we have the strength card here too. So I see couples, I see relationships, partnerships being very strong here for you viewers.
And sometimes the card isn't by itself. You need another card, and that's what you had said. Can you explain that a little bit?
It's a clarity. It's like each card acts as, say, a word or a sentence. It's a concept. It's an idea. And so each one adds to it. It's like making a sentence out of the cards. And that's what I do.
And should you do Arcana card pulls first, or is there any specific order?
You can take all the major arcanas. Like this is a major arcana, the strength. It's the 8. You can take the major arcanas out of the deck and just use those. I've done that before.
Because I was shown by somebody to pull 7 cards and then to read the Arcana cards first, and then the minor Arcana, and then going into...
Right. So the major Arcana, these are the cards with the Roman numerals, and these are the hero's journey. And it's the typical life path of us humans who incarnate. It's the hero. We're all heroes in our own right. And so this is the life path of the hero. And the regular pip cards, which are, say, for example, I'll pull one.
What did you call that?
Pip, P-I-P.
P-I-P?
That's another name for it. They're the minor, the minor arcana. And so this is the 6 of coins, and this is a minor. So it's a daily mundane affair. And this is 6 is harmony. It's funny, I keep pulling the 6s.
Yes, and
so far.
I feel like that was like you pulled that for you and I also, like a couple weeks ago.
The 2 of swords.
This exact card.
Yeah. Well, the discs can be anything tangible on this 3-dimensional plane, like money, assets, anything business related, helping. And this is the card of helping and being helped. So you've got these 3 people here that are looking at these 3 people, and these 3 people are looking at these 3 people. So they're helping each other, supporting each other, right? So this is also a really nice relationship card as well. So when we combine the Queen of Hearts, the King of Cups, and the Strength with this, it shows that those of you who are viewing are really doing well in your relationships and are experiencing strength and harmony.
And we're coming up on New Year's.
Yeah.
Any day now.
Yeah.
So does that have a special meaning for the new year?
Well, that's the new question. So then I want to pull it.
Okay, let's do that.
So let's pull one of yours. This is the original tarot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that. More relationships. Look at that. That's the 2 of Cups. And that's the standard typical relationship, mutual love, mutual relationship card. So again, it seems as if the theme right now is all about relationships. And I remember last week's reading was about relationships as well. I remember. So it seems to be a big theme right now.
The one that we did before Christmas. And we hope you had a wonderful Christmas and that your house was full of loved ones and love.
Probably, given the cards we just pulled, that there's a lot of good relationships happening right now.
Yeah.
I would imagine. And and also in the...
Oops. That's a gift from the angels.
That's an omen, right?
That's one of your things.
So when I do readings, I pay attention to
sounds happen around her.
I pay attention to my environment. So we just heard a
it's
bell.
The sound of money.
That's the sound of money. So then we're going to add that sound to this reading in great business relationships, business partnerships, helping each other make the money that you have as your goal. So that's I love it when that happens.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't tell you how many times it happens when we're talking. Something will fall.
That's a good sign. That was a good omen.
And I've been having knocking on the walls at night. and that spirit
You have?
coming in. Yeah. And if I look tired, it's
Do you
'cause
answer
I was
do you
kept up a
answer
lot
the
last
wall?
night.
Do you answer
I
the
do
door?
try to figure out who's talking, who's knocking. Sometimes.
Who's
Yeah.
talking and knocking?
And sometimes I feel like it's part of my dream. When I'm dreaming, then they like do that to let me know that it's true, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But
Like your wet lip
yeah,
validation.
the last night I had wild dreams all night, and so
Oh, you
I'm
did?
not really sure about them yet. So talk about
Let's
it.
see. Let's see what this says. Queen of Cups. And this is you, the intuitive woman, right? In your heart space, who is receiving messages. And that's the dream state as well.
Mm.
So that's what it's saying. You're getting messages. So you're opened up and you're receiving because you are helping people, a lot of people. And this Four of Cups means that 4 is that, again, that number of good foundation, strong foundation. Again, it's cups, it's hearts. Boy, we're doing a lot of heart chakra.
And I'm feeling my heart chakra right now. And I feel like that card is actually speaking about what I wanted to talk about, is that people's their heart broken because they're not feeling that they're getting the messages.
Well, notice in the center here we have this monkey, okay? You know, the monkey mind.
The monkey mind.
Right? Okay. So the mind is working and there's some sort of just focusing on details with a magnifying glass here. And it's almost like this monkey here, the monkey mind, focusing on one specific detail when there's all these other items around, and this monkey is completely
is the monkey searching for the message?
Searching for the message, searching for fill in the blank, whatever. The message, the item, the job, the whatever, the person. It's heart, so it's probably has to do with a person.
So pulling cards for themselves after losing someone could be a really great way to receive messages.
Yeah, absolutely. I've done it quite a bit.
You don't have to be known as a psychic or anything to get messages from the cards. You just need to pray and to your creator and ask for the message that you need to come through. And then if you need the book, like I do, to do, actually, I don't even trust the books anymore. That book is really hard. It's so tiny.
This is for when you're studying and learning. Yeah. You use the book. I mean, you don't use the book when you're working with clients. I mean, I've done that before, but I don't do that anymore because I don't need to. But it's really not.
But I've used it. And I would not even begin to call myself a tarot card reader, but I've used it with the book. I have another deck that I feel like the cards are better. And it was very comforting. And the messages seem to be spot on. Like your spirit guides will help you pull the right card, the card you need to read.
Or that loved one on the other side who's with you can do that too. I've done that before. And I've got an amazing story. I don't think I'm going to share that yet.
Not yet.
I have to be ready to share this story. Yeah. Well, maybe I should share it. Do you want me to share it since we're talking about loved ones on the other side?
And then I'll finish off the episode with talking about how to pull in, how to get yourself prepared to receive messages.
Okay. So one time there was an anniversary date, and it was my first husband that I was married to in my 20s, and he had died suddenly. And so it was his anniversary date, and I was in the desert, and I was by myself at the time, and I was doing some card readings, and I was thinking of him, and I was talking to him and connecting to him. And so I was throwing cards and talking and connecting, and the cards were like as if he were talking to me. It was amazing. And I'm in the desert. There's not a lot of people around. It's in the summer. It's hot. It's quiet. Real powerful, reflective time for me. And all of a sudden, there's this knock on the door. I'm like, who is knocking on the door? There's not too many people where I'm at. It's in Lucerne Valley in California, for those of you who know that area. Okay. It's the desert. And And so I went to answer the door. I had to put on some clothes and look presentable. And I went to the door and I looked out, and there was a police officer going back into his car, because I took a while to answer the door. And so I went out and I said, "Can I help you, officer?"
I say officer too.
Oh my God. Some habits don't change.
Yes.
And he goes, "Yeah, I got a call that there was an accident here, like a car crash." Or see, now my husband had died from being in the car. It was self-inflicted. And so it was the car exhaust that had killed him, so asphyxiation. And so I said, "No, I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear a thing." And he looked really confused, and he was in his car and he was looking at the screen in his car, in his vehicle, and he was so baffled. He was looking at the screen in his car, and then he was looking outside the window, and he was just really befuddled. And so was I. So we were both really like scratching our heads, trying to figure out what happened. And I says, "Well, just let me know." I mean, and I went over to look at my car, and he says, "I already checked your car. It was, yeah." They said it was a Honda, and I have a Honda. And I was like, "That is so strange." He goes, "Yeah, very strange." And I said, "Well, okay, well, I'll let you know if I hear anything or anything." And he goes, "Okay."
Sounds like spirit manipulating.
So what it was the husband who's with me. He was acknowledging that, "Hey, I'm here and I'm talking to you and I'm going to prove it to you."
Yes. I got a yes.
So the stuff is real. And it was just a very magical time for me, that moment, that day. And it was the anniversary of his death. So I was focusing on him. And yeah. So shout out to Brian, my past one.
Who has come through.
My loved one who's passed over.
He's come through quite a few times since we've met.
Yeah.
He's got her back in spirit.
Yeah.
So if you're feeling like you got left out of receiving a message from someone who's passed on, and other people in the family said they had dreams, and you feel like for some reason you're not loved enough or getting the message, just know that it has a lot to do with your level of grief, and also what you do to self-soothe. So if you're drinking alcohol or taking drugs, including sleep aids, to try to help yourself sleep at night, and or listening to music when going to sleep, or having the TV on, having a fan on, anything that makes noise, it kind of keeps you in the conscious mind, and it makes it more challenging for you to go into the third eye, or that dropping into sleep state of mind, or upon rising where you're in kind of a dream state. And before you go to sleep, you want to speak out loud and talk to yourself and say, "I want to remember my dreams." And this is a practice. So if you do this every night and you say before you go to sleep out loud, "I want to remember my dreams tonight. I want to remember my dreams tonight." And then you can ask the loved one, "Can you please come visit me in my dream tonight?" And see if you don't start remembering your dreams. Also, have a pad of paper by your bed in case you do have a dream, so that you can write it down and remember in that moment. And then you can go right back into the dream and have another date. I had my mom come in one night and brought the whole family. And we were in a restaurant we all used to go to as a family, the Red Onion in California. And my mom had her hair curly, and my brother was there, and everybody was there, the whole family. And we were all having a big family reunion. It was a beautiful dream. Really,
it was
really
a
good.
dream.
Yeah, it was a dream.
Oh, I thought this actually happened in this reality.
Yeah. So, I mean, they can take you back in time and help you remember things. But it has this very, very bright sensation. Like the colors are really vivid, and everything is super detailed. And you can also have little touches where you may think that something just tickled your face, and that could be a kiss from your loved one, giving you a little kiss on the cheek. They are energy, so they kind of are sparky. So you might even find yourself shocking things a lot more than you used to. And they can make light bulbs pop because their energy is so strong, especially when they are recently passed. Then there's a period of time where they kind of separate, not really, but they just go to learn and to share with ancestors, and they take time to learn how to be without the body. And then they can come back. Now, depending on the person and how they live their life and how fast they want to come back, it may only be a month that they're not with you, but it could be up to a year where they're, off and exploring. When my brother Charles passed, my sister Therese had a light show in her house appear, and he appeared in my back seat of my car and talked to me through the rearview mirror on my way home after he passed.
Wow.
And I don't know if any of the other siblings have stories of his passing, but I was reminded of this little boy because people want to know, well, what do spirits look like? And in this instance, this was a little boy that looked just like any little boy. And I was at a convention center, sitting at a table, demonstrating my products with about 20 people all around me. They were sitting in chairs. And I noticed this little boy coming from about 30 yards out and not walking, but arms out and making the helicopter sound and spinning around and just having a great time. And then he came up to the table and he spun his arms around the table and then went off. And I was like, oh my gosh, wasn't he adorable? And all the ladies at the table went, what? Who? There wasn't anybody there. I go, there's a little boy, and he did the helicopter thing, and they're all like, there was nobody here.
Don't they put those kind of people away somewhere?
Well, a couple of them go, I think you saw a ghost. And I mean, it was just within a few seconds. So I got up and looked down the aisle, and he wasn't there. But my niece, Mika, actually said, I think that was Uncle Chuck, because my brother always said that when he died, he was going to fly. So she might be right. And that might have been him coming back.
As a younger.
His younger version of him, yeah, showing me that he is flying. And he has reached another level in the spirit realm.
Oh, that's
a major
good.
guide.
Oh, that's good.
So do you have any other stories about connection or sensations?
Nothing's coming to me at the moment. Would you like me to muster up a story?
I don't know. I'm thinking time check, just to be sure. I think we have about 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
So I feel like you have a story about an animal.
Let me think. Do I have a story about an animal? I have a couple stories about animals. I've had some amazing dreams about the predators. I love the cat family. And okay, I'll tell the white tiger story because I've named my business White Tiger Ventures.
And Oracle Owl.
An oracle owl, yeah. I've had a lot of dreams of owls, and owls have flown past me. Like one time when I was living in California, and I was driving down the 90, and it was dusk, and all of a sudden this big white owl just flew over my windshield as I was driving 50 miles an hour down the 90. And I was like, wow.
We have a similar experience.
That's in the city, okay? What's an owl doing by the freeway?
What was happening? What was the message?
Well, I had just left visiting a friend, and we were visiting, she's another special gifted friend, I guess you would call her medium, psychic, or whatever. So anyway, that. And then when I lived in San Bernardino, I had a house, and this white owl was living around there. So he would pop up every now and then.
So no wonder you have
beautiful.
The white owl, the snow owl as your
image. the white animals. And then I dreamt about the house that my mom has in San Pedro. And there was a big trees around the house. And in the tree, this was a dream, in the tree there was all of the different variations of the cat family, like a panther, a cougar,
like a
a
totem,
leopard. Oh yeah.
like a totem pole.
Yeah. Well, no, they were living.
But they were in it.
They were living animals. They weren't part of a totem pole. They were actual animals.
Right.
And then in the tree, there was like a 4-foot tall owl in there. I think he was about 4 feet. He's amazing. So I see this. I interpret that as these animals are around me. So I come from some sort of, maybe it's a previous life or something where I'm part of this. The predators, okay? Nothing like a prey, because I'm more warrior energy.
Yes.
So, and I've had dreams about cougars, a cougar protecting me from from wolves. This is when I was living in Big Bear, and I was in my cabin up in Big Bear, and I dreamt at the living room window on the inside of the cabin, there was a mountain lion, and she was a mother, and you could see her teats where she was nursing her cubs. And she was staring out the window, growling at some wolves who were like pacing around the house, like they wanted to come get me.
Well, that had to have a message in it.
Oh yeah,
That
absolutely.
dream.
I mean,
Yeah.
it just shows that I'm being protected by this cougar energy more, not the cougar that the older woman cougar, but the cougar mountain lion, which is a leader. They're forces to be reckoned with, and you don't mess with them. So I was shown that I was being protected from whatever,
And then I was thinking about your pets, because pets come back and they lay down with you. Cats can curl up on your leg and you may actually feel like a little warm spot there. And dogs, I was having a bad day and getting out of my car, and my little dog Tinkerbell used to always jump and tap on me. And as I put my leg out, I felt her tapping on me, and she's in spirit. So your animals can continue to come through for you as well. You have to trust the voice in your head, when you speak and say, honey, is that you? And you hear, yes, it's me. Trust that to be the voice of your loved one, as they are right there. There is no real separation.
Some people will feel like this air pass, like a wind or a breeze.
Yeah, and you can walk through you can walk through cold spots or hot spots in your house. Some spirits are really hot.
I've smelled cigars.
Oh yeah, spirit smells. Yes.
Like I'm at the beach. When I was in California, I'm at the beach where I always went to do my walking, and quite a few times, all of a sudden out of the blue, I would smell the cigars, and there's nobody around me smoking a cigar. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I know that stuff happens.
You
to
have
me a
that
lot.
too?
Yeah, I've had half smoked cigarette smell for 2.5 weeks, trying to figure out who in spirit would carry around a half smoked cigarette. Because that was that identifying stink. And then a recent reading I did for someone, the client's cousin, I believe, or it could be an uncle, was coming through, and he smelled like axle grease. And I kept asking him, did you touch grease today? Because it was a super strong smell of grease.
I'm smelling axle grease right now.
Yeah. But we are at the point at which you are going to need to go to the chiropractor.
Yeah. Oh, and we love our chiropractors, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Oh my gosh.
It is very important to be
lifesavers.
Aligned physically as well as aligned spiritually, and to trust yourself and love yourself enough to believe in the in between and far beyond, and all the miracles that we're living in. We are spirit, and trust yourself.
And pay attention to your environment, what's happening in the environment that you're in at the moment. Because if you're open to it, you'll get your messages.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Beyond Reason. We'll see you again next week.
Have a great day.
And Happy New Year.